Coming up, our Super Bowl coverage begins as we count down the days to the big game. Plus, tired of slipping on the ice? Well, a lot of other locals are tired of it too. The news starts now.
You're watching NAZ Today, Northern Arizona's local news.
Good evening and welcome back to NAZ Today. I'm Liam Combs.
And I'm Michaela Richardson. Thanks for tuning in. It is Super Bowl week and NAZ Today has 5 sports journalists covering all the angles as we head towards Sunday's matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs against the Philadelphia Eagles.
We begin our team coverage with NAZ Today's Ava Nichols in Phoenix.
Thanks, Liam and Michaela. I am here in downtown Phoenix at the heart of the Super Bowl festivities. Last night, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles gathered here at the Footprint Center to kick off the week at opening night. Here are some highlights. Opening night is a time to get to know the players beyond the gridiron. I tested the knowledge of some of the Chiefs and Eagles players about the 48th state.
What's the first thing you think of when you think of Arizona as a state?
Sun, and a lot of sun.
Cactus.
She stole mine. Cactus. Sun. Phoenix Sun.
My hometown, Tucson, AZ.
Hot. Desert.
The desert.
Do you know of an Arizona city where it snows over 100 inches a year?
It snows over 100 inches. Oh, no way. Yeah, I would have no guess.
Arizona's got a city like that?
Snow? In Arizona? Where?
Did you know it snowed in Arizona?
No, I didn't. I really didn't. I'll be honest. I didn't.
Sedona?
Close.
I don't even know the northern part.
Sedona?
Close.
That's on the other. Tucson? That's for the north, I know. Oh, south?
Where in Arizona?
It's got to be somewhere in the north. You want the city? It's
Is
not
it on
Sedona.
top of a mountain or something?
Close. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Is it Sedona?
Close.
I know Northern Arizona gets a lot. I knew someone played football in Northern Arizona. I'm blanking on the town though. I don't know.
Flagstaff.
Flagstaff.
Yeah, probably Flagstaff. Flagstaff.
Flagstaff.
It's not Phoenix.
Would it be Flagstaff?
Yes.
Oh, yeah! Yeah.
Can you guess how long it takes a saguaro cactus to grow?
I'm going to say 6 months.
It takes 10 years for 1 inch.
10 years?
Full growth by year 13.
It takes 10 years to grow an inch.
10 years to grow an inch. Oh, see, I knew it was long, but not that long.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say maybe like a good 5 years.
Is a cactus technically a tree?
I'll go out and say 2 years. Something crazy. How long does it take?
10 years for 1 inch.
For 1 inch?
Yeah, so it takes
17 years? Shorter, I mean, it's more. 100 years. 105 years.
106.
60 years.
We Googled this.
To what length?
full length.
Ooh. What is it, like 150, 200 years?
Yeah, 150 years.
Yesterday, I was able to talk to some very enthused fans. Some of them arrived up to 3 hours early for opening night. Take a look. All right, I am here outside the Footprint Center with
Muhammad Salah.
And what time did you arrive here today?
Probably 3 hours ago.
And where did you travel from?
KC.
Kansas City itself. Okay, what is your game day score prediction?
I'm going to say 37-23.
Perfect. Thank you
For
so
the
much.
Chiefs, of course.
For the Chiefs. I am here outside with an Eagles fan. How long have you been here?
In line or in the city?
In the city.
Months.
So are you from here?
In the winter time, yes.
Okay, and then where are you the rest of the year?
Philadelphia.
Perfect. What's your final game score prediction?
28-21, Eagles.
Perfect. Thank you so much. What is your name?
Dennis Horseman.
And how long have you been in Phoenix?
I've been here about 3 days.
And where'd you come from?
Columbia, Missouri.
Awesome. And what's your game score prediction?
37-34 Chiefs.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
And here is our last Eagles fan. What is your name?
Brittany.
And Brittany, how long have you been waiting in line for?
About 40 minutes.
And do you have a final game score for me?
Yeah, it is. I'm predicting 27-31.
Eagles?
Eagles.
Also, make sure to follow our social media accounts at NAU MIC Sports on Twitter and Instagram. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Ava. It looks like a lot of fun. Well, we'll have more Super Bowl coverage coming up in sports.
Well, not just the Super Bowl, but Valentine's Day is coming up, and Flagstaff residents are falling. Just not for the reason you think. Icy conditions from last month's snowstorms are still abundant. Some members from the community are calling for change. The roads may be clear, but pedestrian paths and bike lanes are covered in the ice and snow left over from last month's blizzard. Adam Shimoni, a member of the Flagstaff Biking Organization and former council member, says these conditions are dangerous.
We know from the data that at 40 miles an hour, approximately 90% of the time when there's a collision, that collision results in a fatality. And a lot of our roads are 40 mile an hour, 35 mile an hour speed limits. And so we need to keep pedestrians and cyclists out of the street and safe and separated from the moving vehicles.
Shimoni says he has seen improvement in how the city handles snowy pathways. However, it is still not where it needs to be.
We have to know that there are people relying on our sidewalks and our bicycle lanes. We need to treat those modes with a sense of equity and equality so that they can get around too and not have to be walking on the road and risking their lives further.
Sophia Langren is a student at NAU who depends on the maintenance of the sidewalks to commute around Flagstaff.
Where I live, I'm around by like the suites, so that massive bridge that's like by SBS is kind of like hardened over with ice. The trek from the suites all the way to like the STEM buildings where I have my classes, there's a lot of spaces to fall.
She says NAU should work to clear the walkways with the most traffic.
If they can make some designated time where they clear off the most populated sidewalks and areas, that would help a lot, just because like I know it's hard to like go around people, but it piles up really quickly even after like one snow day.
To bring about the change in policy, Shimoni suggests young residents voice their concerns to the city council.
Engage with your elected officials. Go to City Hall. Submit a public comment. Email them. They need to hear from you. You represent the future in a big way.
NAU has made comment, saying, quote, clearing some areas can be challenging given continuous vehicle and foot traffic. Our crews work to mitigate these problem areas as soon as possible. Flagstaff Vice Mayor Austin Aslan is asking the Flagstaff City Council to reconsider renaming Agassiz Peak in order to strengthen the relationship with Native American communities.
The reason why I'm putting forward a motion comes out of the relationship that we have with our tribal neighbors. I think it's important for us to listen closely to the grievances they have. A big part of this process was generated by Indigenous youth. The peaks are very sacred to a lot of the tribes in and around northern Arizona, and they should have more of a say in what these places are called.
If this proposal is backed by 2 other members of City Council, the discussion will be scheduled for an upcoming meeting. Aslan said this process may take years, but he is hopeful that change will be made.
Well, if you're planning on driving down to Phoenix tonight, maybe like some of those fans for the game, you can expect some delays. Interstate 17 will be closed on both directions from 10 to 11 p.m. between Bumblebee and Coldwater roads. ADOT says the road closure is due to controlled demolition for improvements to the I-17 between Anthem Way and Sunset Point. Expect delays of at least 1 hour and 2 miles of backup traffic. State Senator Wendy Rogers represents parts of Flagstaff, but she's supporting a bill that would, in effect, punish the city over its minimum wage bill that would provide tax credits to businesses paying a minimum wage higher than what the state requires. Some of the money that would pay for the tax credits, would come from cutting funds the state normally sends to the city. Flagstaff raised minimum wage after voters approved the idea a few years ago.
NAU's Health Promotion Office and the Coconino Health Department are providing free HIV testing tomorrow for all NAU students. The testing will take place at the Health and Learning Center from 10 a.m. to noon. If you would like more information, you can contact the clinic organizer, Alex Ford, at alex.ford@nau.edu. A new semester marks the return of a segment that we call Pet of the Week.
NAZ Today's Jordan Valander is in the studio to talk with us about a pet that is best described as goofy and marvelous.
Thanks, Liam. For this week's Pet of the Week, I met up with Thor. He is an 8-month-old lab Rottweiler mix who is goofy and lovable. Let's take a look. Thor has an outgoing personality that makes him marvelous.
Okay, so this is Thor. He's 8 months old. He is a complete goof. He is potty trained and he knows simple commands like sit and lay down. He is dog friendly.
This pup loves being around people, both adults and children.
He does good with children, but he is a little jumpy, so you'd have to watch him around small children. I would recommend a big household with a yard. He is a puppy, so he still has a lot of energy to burn off.
He loves being active and going on walks.
He would need someone that could take him on long walks and who is willing to train him. He is very smart and picks up on things very, very quickly, so he just needs someone with an active lifestyle.
He may be a puppy, but can be obedient and trained.
He is leash trained.
Thor is up for adoption for $215 and has all of his vaccines and microchip. If you want to look into getting a pet, you can look into adopting from the Coconino Humane Association. For more information, visit the Coconino Humane Association or go online to coconinohumane.org. Jordan Valander, NAZ Today.
Coming up, what to expect from tonight's State of the Union address. Stay with us.
Taking a quick little sneak peek at our weather this week, we will be seeing some sunny skies throughout the rest of the week, resulting in a little more of a higher system coming through. And next week, you'll be seeing a potential winter weather pattern early next week. Stay tuned for more.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Later this evening, President Joe Biden will deliver his first State of the Union address since Republicans took control of the House, setting the stage for a potential 2024 presidential campaign. CNN's Chris Wen is in Washington with more.
Tonight on Capitol Hill, President Joe Biden will present to what could be his largest television audience of the year.
The American people are going to hear directly from the president tonight about what we've accomplished in the first 2 years, but also about the path forward, about how we're going to keep building on that progress, how we're going to finish the job.
Biden's State of the Union speech will likely focus on the economy and national security, among other topics, as his agenda faces Republican opposition.
Cuts to Medicare and Social Security, they're off the table. Defaulting on our debt is not an option, but neither is a future of higher taxes, higher interest rates, and an economy that doesn't work for working Americans.
The address comes as many Americans push for sweeping gun and policing reform in the wake of two recent national tragedies. Expected in the audience are the parents of Tyree Nichols, the man who died on January 10th after Memphis police stopped him for an alleged traffic violation and brutally beat him. Also invited is 26-year-old Brandon Tsai, the man who disarmed a gunman as he attempted to attack a second location near Los Angeles during a Lunar New Year celebration on January 21st. Ahead of tonight's address, U.S. Capitol Police are ramping up security, including the addition of a non-scalable fence around the Capitol grounds.
It's a sad state of affairs if this is not just a State of the Union and a message to Congress, but it's being done in almost a fortress.
But moving forward, expect a call for compromise in advancing the nation's business.
And showing that we can come together, even in a narrowly divided government like we're facing now.
In Washington, I'm Chris Wynn reporting.
I just found out my work party is a +1. You want to go? This is my boss, Ella.
Nice to meet you, Greg.
You're welcome. Nope, I'm high. But I'll clean the kitchen while you're gone.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
Pool party at Jesse's. Can you drive? I'm toasted.
Nope, I'm high. But I can order us a ride.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown, and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay. Yeah.
Hey, Smokey,
Catch.
Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to NAZ Today. My name is Matt Keenitz, and I will be bringing you this wonderful weather you're having this Tuesday. As we can see in Flagstaff currently right now, we are having a current temperature of about 37 degrees. The sky is pretty clear right now with some light winds. Nothing like this morning's drastic wind. It's definitely calmed down since then. Right now it's at about 12 miles per hour coming from that northeast region. We can really see that in this current satellite. Not a lot of cloud coverage in Arizona, especially not in northern Arizona. There's a lot in New Mexico right now that's kind of pushing a little bit into Arizona, but nothing too big. We can see that today we had a high of 37 degrees with a low around 15. We are pretty on par with those averages, and we did have a little bit of precipitation yesterday. We had about 0.02 inches. We had a little bit of snowfall Monday morning right before the sun came up, adding to our total about 5.89 inches since January 1st. We are way above our record of about 2.44 inches. So we're doing pretty good right now on the water scale. As we can see, high temperatures all across the state today. It varied all over. 44 in Hopi is the high, 51 up in Page, 39 down in Grand Canyon, and then 68 in Phoenix. Taking a look at Flagstaff tonight, however, we can see we're going to have a forecast low of about 15 degrees with mostly clear skies. That sunset did already happen, but if you want to catch the next one, just make sure to look tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, we will see a forecast high of about 47 degrees. Sunny skies. We'll be seeing pretty much sunny skies throughout the rest of the week. Sunrise about 7:20 a.m. and going into high temperatures across the state tomorrow. We can see 50 degrees will be the high in Tuba City, 54 up in Page with a low around 32, 61 over in Kingman with a low of 35, and then 45 down in Show Low with a low around 23. Taking it back to Flagstaff, however, Thursday we will be seeing a pretty big dip down in temperatures. 39 as the high with a low around 16. That is due to a dry cold front that is going to be coming through northern Arizona. However, it will not last long, as Friday we will pick back up to our normal temperatures. However, going into next week, we will be seeing some chance of winter weather patterns. Sunday we'll have about a 20% chance of snow showers, and Monday we'll have about a 30% chance. That's all I have for you right now, but stay tuned for more Super Bowl coverage after the break.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls.
Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Welcome back to NAZ Today. My name is Ava Nichols, and I am just outside State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, just a few days before the Kansas City Chiefs are set to take on the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl. Last night, sports reporter Michael Manny was at opening night and is able to give us a little more insight about what the players have to say before their big game.
Thanks, Ava. The Kansas City Chiefs may very well be on the brink of a dynasty in their third Super Bowl in 4 years, as quarterback Patrick Mahomes and head coach Andy Reid has them once again on the brink of the promised land. Meanwhile, the Eagles are in their second Super Bowl in 6 years, but this squad is a lot different than that team quarterbacked by Nick Foles in 2017, as Jalen Hurts and company has the Eagles on the brink of their second Lombardi. The Chiefs have enjoyed massive contributions from their rookie class this season. Head coach Andy Reid has watched them grow every week.
Brett Veach has done a great job of that, and we do. We're playing a lot of the rookies, and they're playing well, and that's a tribute to him and the coaches for getting the guys ready. They've been a big part of this, and they're still getting better.
Wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster equates the game to like a heavyweight fight.
Yeah, so the Eagles is honestly, what makes the Eagles so good is that their up front line, D-line, and their secondary goes hand in hand. I think that their D-line can get to the ball fast, and their DBs are also, great to actually cover and stuff like that. So for myself, I just more so that, they're the best in the league, and this is why they're here. And we're also the best in the league. This is why we're here. So you might just see this two A1 teams just go at it on Sunday.
Eagles defensive end Brandon Graham clinched the team's first title in Super Bowl 52. Though his role may be different now, he says he's just enjoying the moment.
Just enjoying your role. Whatever my role have changed since that game. And so coming off the bench and, relieving some of the guys and just enjoying that moment.
In fact, Graham thinks this year's team may be even better.
I think this time around we're a little more talented than we was even back then. So that's a credit to Howie and the organization on just reloading and getting guys in that we need to help us win. And I just, now we got to just go put it all together.
It's well known that Chiefs coach Andy Reid formerly coached the Eagles. He was also a former NAU Lumberjack. Sports reporter Lindsay Ridgway has the story.
I'm here at State Farm Stadium where Andy Reid will make his return on Sunday since coaching at Northern Arizona University in 1986. Here's what he had to say about his time in Flagstaff.
Coach Andy Reid first came to Flagstaff along with his brother, who was a graduate student, and said how nice it was to be able to come back years later.
I need to go back, and as a coach, I worked for the great Larry Quintera, and we had an awesome staff up there, and we actually it kind of came down to us in Reno for the championship that year, and it was really a neat experience.
Talking about former head coach Larry Quintera, he describes his and former assistant coach Rick Smith's unique way about them.
You tell him, hey, go get some sodas, and we're going to go camping, and we're going to go out in the woods there and build a fire, roast marshmallows, drink sodas.
He is one of 5 NAU coaches to become an NFL head coach. Kansas City Chiefs CEO and part owner says Reid's key to success is how he treats his players.
The players with tremendous respect, yet he's also demanding.
And the players really appreciate that. They appreciate the honesty. They appreciate the integrity. And I really think that's part of the key to having long-term success.
Though his time in Flagstaff was almost 40 years ago, Reed says his favorite restaurant still holds a place in his heart.
Going out to Mormon Lake Steakhouse for a big steak. Love that place.
Lindsay Ridgway, NAZ Today.
That'll wrap up our Super Bowl content tonight, but make sure to tune in tomorrow night at 6 p.m. for more live coverage. As for now, make sure to follow our social media accounts at NAU-MIC Sports on both Instagram and Twitter. I'll send it back to you, Michaela and Liam.
Thanks, guys. Excited to see what you throw at us tomorrow. Well, we'll be back with a weather recap after the break. Stay with us.
So, I got this new family. And I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but things changed. Teaching didn't seem that cool anymore, so you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Amazing things are happening in teaching, so it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
How prepared is your family if a wildfire shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or an earthquake? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
Let's go.
you'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza. Yes.
Make a plan today.
Taking a last look at that Flagstaff extended throughout the rest of the week. Wednesday, we're going to have a high of 47. Thursday, drop down to 39. Friday, 49 is the high. And Saturday, jumping all the way up to the 50s, but Sunday going back down. However, it is good to notice that on Thursday, we will be having increased wind speeds going throughout the rest of the week. So make sure you are prepared for that. That's all I have for weather, but how are we doing out here on desk?
Well, it sounds like it's a good thing that our sports reporters are able to miss that snowstorm on Sunday. But that's all we have tonight, folks. Make sure to tune in for more Super Bowl coverage tomorrow at 6 p.m. We'll see you then. Good night.